Hello everyone, welcome to Star Flag Media. I'm your host, Anthony. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of our Nintendo Gamecube collection review. And these are games that I personally owned over the years for the Nintendo Gamecube. And basically I just wanted to go over a few of those, and at the end of the collection, you're going to see every game that I owned as a part of my favorite generation of gaming. Well, without further ado, here's the first game. Def Jam Vendetta is a 3D pro wrestling game developed by Aki Corp. It released for the GameCube on April 1st, 2003. This was EA's first game in their Def Jam licensed hip-hop games. Several artists are featured in this game like DMX, Method Man, Redman, and Ludacris. The gameplay uses the Aki engine featured in games like WCW vs. the NWO Revenge and WWF No Mercy. This game is my personal favorite wrestling game in the 6th generation of consoles. Def Jam Vendetta is a 9 out of 10.
Nori, Capone, Luda, Redman, DMX. You want a shot at me, you gotta make it past these brothers. It's a dangerous world out here. Seems every time I turn around, there's another young buck wants to take me on. I lay down for no man. You want to take what's mine, you gotta beat me. But nobody ever beats me.
Def Jam Fight for New York is a 3D fighting game and follow-up to Def Jam Vendetta. This game steps away from the wrestling ring and is more focused on fighting in the streets. New rappers show up for the sequel like Lil Kim, Snoop Dogg, and Busta Rhymes. Players can choose from 5 styles to fight from. To me personally, moving away from the wrestling ring made me lose interest fast. Def Jam Fight for New York is a 7 out of 10. Donkey Konga is a rhythm-based game starring Donkey Kong. This game is developed by Namco, who also makes Taiko Drum Master. You play using the unique bongo drum controllers, and you time hits and claps to the beat of songs like Louie Louie, We Will Rock You, and also tracks from the Mario or Zelda series. There were 2 follow-up games to this series. Donkey Konga is a 7 out of 10. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat came out in 2004 and also uses the DK bongos as a controller. However, this game is a platformer where you jump, climb, collect bananas, and fight your enemies. This was an unexpectedly fun game with beautiful 2.5D visuals, at a time when 3D was the only real option for platformers. Boss fights were also incredibly fun. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is an 8 out of 10. Enter the Matrix, developed by Shiny Entertainment. This game is based on the Matrix movies. Its story runs canon with the films, and features over 1 hour of new footage shot exclusively for the game. If you wanted the full story, you needed to play Enter the Matrix. Well, that brings us halfway through our list for this episode. And yeah, so far all of those have been amazing. games that I remember fondly. And here comes the second half of the video, and hopefully you're enjoying the video as much as I am so far. So yeah, let's get on with the next game. Eternal Darkness: Sanity's Requiem. Developed by Silicon Knights exclusively on Nintendo Gamecube, this game is a psychological adventure game. This is Nintendo's first ever M-rated game. The game had some unique gameplay mechanics called the Sanity Effect, which Nintendo actually went out and patented. Once your sanity meter runs out, subtle changes happen to the environment, and random, unusual events start occurring. This game made sure to mess with your head and question everything about Survivor games. Eternal Darkness is a 9 out of 10.
Miss Roivas, is that your grandfather, Edward?
Yes, it's him. He's wearing our family ring.
Extreme G3 is a futuristic racer, also known as XG3. You choose from 12 riders through 10 tracks with twists, drops, and sharp turns. There are weapons which you buy with money won in the game. This game is very fast-paced and a very nice alternative to F-Zero. Extreme G3 is an 8 out of 10. F-Zero GX, in my opinion, is the pinnacle of the F-Zero series to this day. Developed by Sega for the GameCube, running at a smooth 60 frames per second, and if you own an upscale TV at the time, you could get the component cables and get a stunning 480p widescreen support. The gameplay can be described in one word: hard. It will take a lot of practice to master F-Zero GX, but it is worth it. F-Zero GX gets a 9 out of 10. Final Fantasy: The Crystal Chronicles. After Nintendo opted for cartridges for the Nintendo 64, Square moved Final Fantasy over to the PlayStation, and skipped Nintendo for the entire life of the N64. Well, after the failure of the film Final Fantasy Spirits Within, Square decided Nintendo wasn't so bad after all, and brought Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles as a GameCube exclusive. The game features a group of adventurers who protect their village crystals that shields them from the poison in the world. Featuring a unique bubble that you sit in while holding a bucket, this game allows for up to 4 players and can link your Game Boy Advance to use as a second screen or even a controller. Avoid the remake as it's online multiplayer only. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles gets an 8 out of 10. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is a tactical RPG in which players take control of Ike and his crew across multiple battle scenarios. The story takes place across the continent of Tellius. The kingdom of Crimea gets invaded, and it's up to Ike to restore Crimea's air. Gorgeous graphics and amazing gameplay make Path of Radiance a must-have in any Nintendo GameCube collection. Overall, this game gets a 9 out of 10. Well, there you have it. This episode brought 3 real heavy hitters, in my opinion, with F-Zero, Eternal Darkness, and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. 3 of the all-time greatest games on the GameCube, in my opinion, and probably of the entire 6th generation of consoles. Let me know what you guys think about this list. Do you guys agree with the scores? What else would you have liked to see? Remember, this is a multi-part series, so there's going to be a lot more where this came from. So far, we're up to Fire Emblem, and we're working our way down alphabetically. As always, want to thank you guys for joining us here at Star Flag Media. I'm Anthony, and we'll see you next time.